it's Nancy, PureVitaLifestyle.com. How are you today? You know, I just had a little conversation with my son. I have the most amazing 20-year-old son who I love and adore. And I was just having a little chat with him about, you know, the whole focus at PureVitaLifestyle.com. And I was explaining to him, or sharing with him, you know, my personal take in terms of the importance of self-love. And we were just kind of having a little chat about, you know, what's the best descriptive, you know, self-love, self-worth, you know, what is it in terms of a word or a phrase that would resonate with people that, you know, doesn't kind of make them think, well, that's a little bit weird or a little bit tree-huggery or, you know, a little bit out in left field or whatever it is, airy-fairy, you know, whatever the context is. And, you know, I was explaining to him and sharing with him my take on it. And, you know, really, self-esteem, self-confidence is all driven from a place of self-love. And without self-love, we have no way to feel worthy enough. And so basically, I mean, it literally becomes a foundation of who you are and who you have the potential to become. So I was saying to him, you know, it doesn't even have to be around, you know, wanting to get out there and have, you know, the utmost success in every part of your life. I mean, each and every one of us needs to have self-love just to wake up in the morning, just to get out the door. You know, otherwise we become fearful. I mean, how does anybody face the day if the mind chatter that they share of themselves is continually talking about things that they don't like about themselves, things that they criticize about themselves, you know? Not smart enough, not pretty enough, you know, I'm feeling kind of stupid, feeling kind of dumb, feeling like I don't have any friends, feeling like I'm not worthwhile. I mean, you know, the list goes on and on. So, you know, we become fearful of just life in general. We become fearful because we don't feel good enough or confident enough about ourselves. So, like I said, I mean, you know, if that's the case, you know, how do you wake up and, you know, put your both your feet on the floor and get up and carry on with the day and have some energy and excitement and, you know, optimism in terms of what you're going to accomplish in the day. You know, and so there's varying levels, obviously, and I'm sure the majority of people have, you know, quite a bit of self-love. But, you know, really my whole point is, you know, how much do you have? How much are you lacking? How much more could you bring into your life? How much more self-confidence would you be able to gain by just taking the time to kind of look at yourself and think, you know, how do I feel about myself? You know, there's a lot of amazing experts out there, Joe Battye, Louise Hay, Lisa Nichols, apologize, I had her name in my mind, I lost it for a second. Lisa Nichols, I mean, there's, and a whole host of other beautiful people that speak to the importance of self-love, self-esteem, self-confidence. And, you know, really and truly, it is the basis of everything that we do. So when we wake up in the morning, you know, how is it that we're feeling about ourselves? You know, Lisa Nichols really encourages people to take the time to look in the mirror and say to yourself, you know, I'm proud, you know, I forgive myself, and this is what I plan to do for the day, you know, to recognize yourself. And Louise Hay talks a lot about, you know, the thoughts that we have that spin around in our minds over and over and over again. They become our beliefs. They become our beliefs about ourselves. But it doesn't mean that because we're having, you know, kind of a negative thought about ourselves in the moment that that's actually true. So as in her words, you know, you can just say to yourself, you know, thanks for sharing. You know, that was an abandonment thought. That was a fear thought. You know, that was an anxiety thought. That was, you know, whatever it was. So, you know, we need to learn to be kind to ourselves. So my whole point is that without a really solid level of self-love, we lack the ability to have a really solid level of self-confidence. And without the self-confidence, we're holding ourselves back from what could, be rightfully ours in terms of our experience in everything that we do, and absolutely everything we do. From the moment that we wake up in the morning, it determines our attitude and our mood for the day, and how we go through and experience the day, how we experience other people, how we experience ourselves. So, really and truly, without a really solid foundation of self-love, where you can really and truly think about yourself, look at yourself in the mirror and kind of go, you know what? I like you. You're pretty cool. You're a loving person, you're a peaceful person, you're a generous person, you're a kind-hearted person, you're an intelligent person, you're a creative person, you're an artistic person, you're a generous person, you're a sensitive person, and the list goes on and on and on. If we don't have the ability to say that to ourselves, if we don't have the ability to look at ourselves and recognize, admire, appreciate, respect, and be grateful for the qualities that we have of what completes us and brings us to the table so that we can show up to complete our piece of the puzzle in this whole planetary experience with one another and contribute to the whole consciousness of who we are as people so that we can connect and love one another fully and completely. That is the basis of everything that we need to do in order to accomplish all the other things we want to do in our lives, in terms of our spiritual practices, in terms of our career and business, in terms of our family relationships, in terms of our intimate relationships, in terms of our recreational activities. You name it, the sky's the limit. It all starts with ourselves. So I truly wish you a fabulous day, and I truly hope that you can take a couple of moments and recognize and realize that we all have the potential to improve our own self-confidence simply by looking within ourselves and deciding how worthy we are and how much we should truly love ourselves. I'm Nancy Battye, PureVitaLifestyle.com. Love yourself first. Extend yourself to others. Make it a fabulous day.